Okay, so if you remember from our last tutorial, we have our box, and then a pole, and then another box under it. And today, I was gonna originally make it more complex, but I decided if you just want a simple model that's just like a box or whatever, I'm gonna cover textures today. So, for now, we're gonna make this one here. Here, so I'm gonna put comments so that we know what this is. This is the bottom box. This is the pole in middle. And this right here is the um, top box. So for now, we're just going to have the bottom box and the top box be the same. And to do this, they're 8 by 8 by 8. So to do this, first you open up your editor. So I use GIMP. You can find that if you just Google GIMP, it's probably the first link. And since we should be able to fit all this within the normal size, which is 32 by 64. No, it's 64 by 32. So, because if we don't do that, then we have to add another thing. But we should be able to fit another thing to it. But we should be able to fit this all within a 64 by 32. And then the next thing to do is you need to give it a transparency. So I'll just do that right now. So yeah, now we have our box, and we're gonna save it as and then let's go to your mods, and then yes, right here, mods, go to the bin Minecraft, and then let's just call it my model, and then make sure you call it .png. Save. Right, okay, so now we have this, and to make sure that this is used, we go to our entity, which I have called entity test, and we're just going to make it equals slash my model, which is what I called it, .png. If you put in another folder, then you have to put the folder there too, but we're just going to put it there. So all of that should work. Now, if we loaded it, the mob would be invisible. And so now we have to actually draw the boxes that it's going to use. Um, let's see. So we go here. Let me make that a bit smaller. Okay. And then we have this over here. Okay, so the first thing, we're just going to leave it at 0, 0. So that means that our first box, well, actually it's not going to be a box. So it's 8 by 8, and just for the simplicity of it, I'm going to put a white box there, and we're going to erase that later, but it wouldn't matter. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, so just have an 8 by 8 here. See, so if I select this, down here in the corner it says rectangle 8 by 8. So that we're not going to worry about. And then let's say we want the top of the box to be brown. This one right here is the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So since it's the length is 8 and the width is 8, then this is an 8 by 8 box. And I'll tell the differences between, no, never mind. So that's the top. And then the bottom, let's say we want the bottom to be red. This one's right here's the bottom. 2, 3. So just make another 8 by 8 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we can erase this box because we're not going to use it. It doesn't matter at all. And then right here, over here, I think this box over here is the left side. Then this is the front, right, back. But this might be the left and this might be the right. I know this is the front and this is the back. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's say we want on the front a smiley face. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have another 8 by 8 square. And then let's take our black, just give it some eyes and a little face. So that's what the front's going to look like. Let's just say on the back, he's going to be, actually no, on the left or right, we'll find out which it is. He's going to be orange. And then on the other side, he's going to be red. No, because the top is red. Let's make his other side gray. Okay, so now that we have that, one more thing we have to do is the last side, which is going to be his back. So let's make another 8 by 8 thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I know this is going to look really crappy, but this is just to see what it looks like. Then he's going to just have a white back. So, as you know, 0, 0 is actually not on the screen. It's like right here. So I'm pretty sure that means 1 down and 1 across from there. That's where it starts looking for the file. So if we put 0 and 1 here, if we put 0 and this is position 31, so I think if we put 0 and 31 here, then it would start the second thing here. So just so you know what I'm talking about, right here, this is the pull in the middle. So 31, so that knows to go 31 over and then 0. So now we have to do the box. And the top is just 2 by 2s, so another white 2 by 2 that we're not going to use. We're not even going to really see the top, so it doesn't matter. But let's just make the top black, bottom gray. And then let's do something that's actually somewhat reasonable for the sides. We'll just make a brown texture with stripes across it. So, and since it goes 10 down, this one's going to go 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the other side, and the last side. So this should work if we were to try it out. And just for fun, I'm going to put stripes across it. Okay, so that should just make a box, and hopefully I did this right. If I didn't, we'll find out. And it should recompile the same, so I'll be back when that's recompiled. Okay, so we're in the game. There's our thing. Smiley face front, gray left, red right, and no, orange right, yellow back, brown top, and this weird pole in the middle. I know what I did wrong there, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. the yellow stripe in the pole. And then if we try to look under it, you can see that the bottom is red. So yeah, the gray is the gray is the left, the orange is the right, smiley face yellow is the front, plain yellow is back, bottom is red, top is the brown. And then here's our pole, and the problem with it is I actually told it to look here. It needs to look here, 32 instead of 31, because right now it's just loading this. Which would also mean the top and bottom of the pole are messed up, but we can't see that right now because it's stuck inside these other boxes. Okay, so as I said, the issue is that it's looking at 31, which over here is this line with this yellow. So we just make that 32, and it will look here. Okay, so now let's say we want the top box to be the smiley face thing. And just so that it looks a bit better, I'll make all the sides yellow. Okay, so now we have our plain smiley face box, and that's going to be on top of it. And then, so, what if we want this bottom box to be something else? Well, what we can do is, there's enough space, because this takes up 16 pixels, and there's 16 more. So, if we just put this down here, it starts at 17 and 0. So, if we put 17 in the second one, then it starts looking at the 17. Actually, yeah. Oh, wait. I think, well, we'll find out. It's either supposed to be 16 or 17. I'm going to leave it as 17 for now, and we'll see if that's right. So, now just to see if we did this right, let's put the smiley face on the back of the box and the non-smiley face. Or let's just make this entire box smiley faces. So I'm just copying and pasting the smiley face across it. Now if I save that, yeah, okay. And then go here, recompile it, I'll come back with it in the game. Okay, so, yeah, in the game, let's see if I told y'all to do that right. So, now, the top, oh, right, okay, I told y'all the wrong box. Whatever. The top box is a lot of smiley faces, and the bottom box is just one. And it does seem that I made it look for the texture too low, maybe? Yeah, so, I hit it, but now I'll just go and fix that. Okay, so the texture was being looked for a bit too low, and this should have actually, yes, that should have been 16. So, if, so I'll just review everything, and then I'll show what that looks like in the game in the final part of this, or in the end of this. So, right here, these two numbers say where to look for the texture in the file. The first one is the X position of the file, the second one is the Y. And in the file, you have to draw boxes for it to look for. So, here, this box is nothing. Then you have your first box, which is the first box. You take the height and width, and it's that dimension. So this is 8 by 8, and I'll go into later what if your height and width is different. So, and then the second box here is what the top of the box is going to look like. It's also the height and width. This third box is Also, once again, the height and width, and it's what the bottom of the box will look like. This side over here is the left. This middle piece here is the front. This box here, I know I don't have my boxes outlined, but hopefully you can see what I'm pointing to. This is the right side, and then this side is the back. So, yeah, as you can see, that should work. And now, if I were to go test this in the game, this box should appear to be right this time. Okay, so in the game, and let's see if we fixed it. Yep, we fixed the top texture. So now the smiley face is in the right position. And as you can see also, switching that number on the middle box fixed the poll too. That wraps up this tutorial, and in the next one, I'll either go on to like more advanced boxes, like different heights and different widths and lengths. Yeah, that's what it was. Different widths and lengths. So like how you make the top boxes look for that. But for now, that's as far as we're gonna go. See you next time. If you like the video, like it, and if you want to see more, subscribe.